Alright guys, welcome back to the channel and more WWE 2K17 news, as it's Tuesday and that means it's time for week 3 of the WWE 2K17 roster reveal and a whole bunch of new names, a lot of new names this week. So let's get straight into this. This week's roster reveal includes the phenomenal AJ Styles, the Enforcer, Arn Anderson, Alexa Bliss, Alundra Blaze, Bam Bam Bigelow, Becky Lynch, Bo Dallas, Bubba Ray Dudley, Bushwhacker Butch, Bushwhacker Luke, Christian, Curtis Axel, Devon Dudley, Dana Brooke, Dolph Ziggler, Eva Marie, Emma, Fandango, Kofi Kingston, Lita, Mr. Perfect, Naomi, Natalya, Neville, the Macho Man Randy Savage, Ravish and Rick Rude, the Heartbreak Kid Shawn Michaels, Sting, Stardust, Summer Rae, Tamina, Tatsumi Fujinami, Trish Stratus, Tyler Breeze, Xavier Woods and Rikishi. So that's 36 names revealed this week to go with the 22 names that we got last week and the 19 in week 1, taking the total number of stars announced in this year's roster reveal so far up to 77. As far as this week's names go, unlike past weeks that have mainly contained superstars we've already seen in the game, this week's features a few new superstars who make their debut with the likes of AJ Styles, Alexa Bliss, Becky Lynch and Dana Brooke, alongside the return to the series of the Dudley Boyz with Devon and Bubba Ray. We've also got more of last year's DLC included this week with the likes of Trish Stratus, Lita, the Bushwhackers and Tatsumi Fujinami, meaning for the first time it looks as though we'll see all of last year's DLC make the in-game roster this year. Before we get on to this week's screenshots and video, let's take a look at this week's Suplex City census image where we can reveal this week's clues. We have I Believe written on the building for Bo Dallas. We've got Becky Lynch, Eva Marie and Natalya wigs in the storefront of AJ Styles Hairstyling Studio, the Dudley Family Furniture Store for Bubba Ray and Devon, an unknown store listed as Butch and Luke something which relates to the Bushwhackers. Then we've got Captain Charisma Christian's comic book store, Dana Brooke, Alexa Bliss, Tamina and Emma Retires all shown on mannequins in the Rick's Ravishing Ladies Wear store which belongs to Rick Rude. Then we've got a DZ logo representing Dolph Ziggler on the sandwich shop, Fandango's logo on the shutter to Shawn Michaels' Sweet Chin Music store which also contains a trombone or Francesca for Xavier Woods. We've also got fellow New Day member Kofi Kingston who's represented next with his footwear. Then comes Mr. Perfect and his son Curtis Axel who have their very own Henning & Sons sporting goods store. Naomi's represented with these light up trainers. Then we've got a red arrow for Neville. Macho Man Randy Savage is in as he's represented by Randy's Macho Mechanic cars. Then as we go inside the sporting goods store we'll have Sting's baseball bat. Summer Rae has our own tanning salon over on the right hand side, and then just next door we'll have Tatsumi Fujinami's tattoo shop, as well as around the corner Chick Kick's shoe store representing WWE Hall of Famer Trish Stratus. We also have the old WWE Women's Championship in the trash can alluding to Alundra Blaze, a Stink Face poster for Rikishi and an Enforcer poster for Arn Anderson. Also hidden in the image are clues for Lita, Bam Bam Bigelow, Tyler Breeze and Stardust, although so far I've been unable to find those, so if you can find them let me know about it in the comments. Now let's move on to this week's screenshots as we kick things off with a man who everyone's been waiting to see. It is the phenomenal one AJ Styles, who makes his debut in the game this year on the main roster when he could easily have been kept back as DLC. So kudos to 2K for putting him straight in there as we see him here during his entrance as he holds up his hands to reveal the phenomenal one logo on his gloves before we move on to this second screenshot which looks to be from his winning animation as he throws his hands out taunting just as he does before he hits the Styles Clash. Now as for his model, I'm really impressed with this. Dare I say, it is looking phenomenal. It really does. They've captured AJ perfectly in my opinion. The face looks good, the body textures, his tattoo all the way down to the soccer mom hairstyle. I think he's looking great and it's amazing to think after all these years of people making creations of AJ, this year he's finally in a WWE game and I cannot wait to use him. Let's move on to our next screenshot and once again we'll have another superstar who makes her debut in the series this year with Alexa Bliss. As you can see, Alexa's sporting her pink heel attire with red highlights, and she's even been given her skeleton gloves, which is a really nice touch, although this is a bit of an awkward pose to show off her face fully, but nonetheless she's looking good, and she was actually someone I was surprised to see included on the disc roster, as I was expecting to see Alexa placed in part of an NXT DLC pack. So once again, it's great to see 2K have really pushed the boat out and got her in there, especially now that she's made the jump to the main roster on SmackDown. Staying with the women, and next up we'll have one of the 4 horsewomen with Becky Lynch, who's another star that makes her debut this year, and as you can see from this entrance shot, she actually comes included with steampunk goggles and entrance jacket, although it's her older grey and black attire hidden underneath. The next woman shown is none other than Emma, who despite being out of action through injury makes her return to the virtual ring, this time with a new heel gimmick featuring her blue attire and shades, as we switch to this second screenshot which shows off her from this second angle, which looks absolutely stunning the way that lighting actually reflects off the model. Speaking of returns, and next up we'll have the return to the series of the Dudley Boyz with Bubba Ray Dudley, who I'm going to say is hands down my favourite model so far this year. Look at that face, that looks absolutely incredible. It's amazing to see some of this year's models because they do look so much more realistic than we got in 2K15 and 2K16. The scanning tech is so much better, it's unreal. Also unreal is the amount of sweat dripping down Bubba's arm. I mean, I know he's a big guy, but should he really be sweating that much during his entrance? Let's switch to this second shot of Bubba where we can see him in action as he's nowhere near as sweaty for some reason, so maybe he's been letting Devon do all the work and taking a break on the apron after that entrance, but again, just like the first screenshot, it looks so good. I've probably said it about every single model that we've seen this year, but it's just crazy how much better the models do look. Moving on, and don't you dare be sour because it's time for the New Day as we see Kofi Kingston skipping down to ringside during his entrance, complete with both Tag Team Championship and Unicorn Horn, just like we've seen in last week's screenshot of Big E. Upstaging both of them, next up we'll have the star of Up Up Down Down in Xavier Woods as he makes his entrance, and he's not alone because he's brought Francesca with him as he gets ready to play us a tune, which is something that you'll actually hear in New Day's entrance, so stay tuned for that as that comes up after this final screenshot which sees Xavier in action as he takes on Braun Strowman, who was another of the stars revealed in last week's screenshots, although this time things aren't looking as good for him as Woods is about to lay the smack Up Up Down Down on his candy ass. So that's this week's screenshots, but let's move on to this week's video where we'll have the new Tag Team Championship entrance of the New Day, complete with intro, so check it out.
Oh, WWE Universe, don't you dare be sour. Clap for your tag champs and feel the power. It's a new day, yes it is.
The following tag team contest is scheduled for one fall on the way to the ring. Accompanied by Xavier Woods, at a combined weight of 497 pounds, the WWE Tag Team Champions, Big E, and Kofi Kingston, the New Day.
When it comes to power, few superstars can match the strength of Big E.
And you can bet that power will be on display here tonight. A win here would do wonders for this guy's career.
The time is now, the moment is here. Get rid of your fears, no time for the tears. Because we gon' get each other's hours, cause we got the power in the palm of our hand, giving the change, you know. And it seems that the pressure is on. That's why it's strong. And wipe your face, step up to the plate, cause it's time to be great. So come on and embrace the new day. Come on and fight for the new day. Don't stop till you reach the top, and while them haters keep hating, you'll be winning a race.
So there you go, that is New Day's brand new championship entrance. I think it looks awesome. I love the fact that they've added in Francesca and that Woods actually plays it, but is it too much to hope we'll see him play at a ringside when he's a manager? We'll have to wait and see. Anyway guys, that is all for today's video, but let me know your thoughts on all of today's news, including this week's reveals, screenshots, and that New Day entrance. Let me know what you think of it all in the comments, and if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe for more WWE 2K17 news over the course of the next week, as I'll be flying out to SummerSlam on Thursday, where I'm going to actually get the chance to play this year's game, so once I'm back you can expect to hear all the little details on what was available. Until then though, have an awesome day, and I'll leave you with a comparison video of New Day's entrance from last year versus this year. Enjoy!
Oh, WWE Universe, don't you dare be sour. Clap for your tag champs and feel the power. It's a new day, yes it is.
The following tag team contest is scheduled for one fall on the way to the ring. Accompanied by Xavier Woods, At a combined weight of 497 pounds, the WWE Tag Team Champions, Big E and Kofi Kingston, the New Day.
When it comes to power, few superstars can match the strength of Big E.
And you can bet that power will be on display here tonight. A win here would do wonders for this guy's career.
The time is now, the moment is here. Get rid of your fears, no time for the tears. Because we gon' get each other's hours, cause we got the power in the palm of our hand, giving the change, you know. And it seems everybody the pressure is on. That's why it's strong. Just look in the mirror and wipe your face. Step up to the plate, cause it's time to be great. So come on and embrace the new day.